Hey everybody, good energy to you guys. So I'm just gonna continue to speak on why this movement is gonna help provide the abundance and what I mean by the word abundance. Because it's a word that I feel like the connotation I used it with, or the context I should say perhaps, had to do with like abundance of resources and money. And although that is part of what's required, I think first, until we have that abundance of good love and the perception and a good connection with God and faith and the Word, that's where we're lacking. That's the abundance that we need. And Joshua Pops, God, he's always been very adamant about love being an action. Okay, it's action. It's not just speaking. It's not just talking. It's doing things. So, if we're here, those people who follow the word and are about the word, we have a duty. We have a duty and a great commission, and the whole thing is to walk like Yahushua. So again, I'm making videos asking questions, like, what would he do if he was here? How do we, have you guys taken the time to try to imagine how Jesus might think about these things? It's one of the stories or passages that always sticks out in my mind is when Yahushua went to, a table in the town square, and he was furious and just selling shit, and he just threw it up. Like, it's and I get it. I get that rage. I get that, especially when you see how many different levels it's fucking with everything. You see all these people, they care. It's disgusting when you think about it. All these people are. I'm not sure how things were back then, but right now it's like we have so much tension and focus on buying shit, making more money, politics, sports, just our daily lives, and meanwhile we have children who are dying horribly. Where there's impoverished areas in America where people are getting raped and killed and left in the gutter all the time. This shit is crazy. We have powers that are trying to take away our police department. We have a medical system that is, based on, this is just me talking about pharmaceuticals, but they're poisoning people, they're damming people up so that their bodies are not receiving the nutrients as well as they could without pharmaceuticals. Not only that, is we don't need the pharmaceuticals. There's tons of herbs out there naturally that have been there for thousands of years, if not longer, that do the same fucking things even better without being poisonous and addictive in a lot of different ways, and also without being imbued with satanic spells. Because I think a lot of these pharmaceutical companies come from satanic organizations that literally, just them being them, working with that type of material is going to itself radiate into the material they work with. But I think they also literally are like chanting and putting spells into this stuff, because I've taken a lot of pharmaceuticals too, and I know what they do to you. It's different. I've taken a lot of kratom too, which is an herb, doesn't have the same type of imbuement. There is a very big difference, man. I can't tell you how many days, like I used to think I couldn't live without Oxycontin. It got to that point. Now with the kratom, it wasn't quite that bad. I would wake up being afraid, and there's definitely a huge similarity there, but the oxys, it took you into another, just a more specific, alchemized, prescribed, premeditated, pre-designed, programmed place, and if you look into the source of where that comes from, it's something that just, it takes away, it just dams you up, man, and it's super addictive in a weird way. It's nothing. The kratom was never as addictive. Like, you would want more, but it's not like when that stuff, like it's more like a clock with with the oxys. Like it would just, like, you'd be feeling great, and then it would just be like gone, and like just real quick. Like it just unorganic, very unorganic. There's no like fluid transition or come down. It's like it's there and it's gone. It's ridiculous, but I think that in itself also is the reason why they were so addictive, is because they would have that good ride for a while, and then it would be gone, and then they're left even lower than they were before. So then they'd take another one, they take another one, they take another one, they take another one. But anyways, I'm segueing a little bit, but I just wanted to reiterate that, as Christians, because I'm speaking out to people in Christ who walk with Christ, you just gotta look at, like, speaking to you guys because we're at the end of the times. You know, this there's been some trickery, you know, in sitting around, being complacent, being neglectful. You know, that's not the way of Yahushua, in my opinion. You know, and I've done my share of it too. Okay, so I'm not saying that I'm not him, and I'm not anything. I'm not even that good of an example. I do have an idea, and a voice, and a heartbeat that I can share with the world. And I also know not only is it going to help the kids and everybody else, and all of life form too, the earth, the animals, the plants, all that. It's also going to help you guys. It's going to help all of us feel better. There is strength in numbers, man. And like it's said in the Bible, when there's two or more, I'm in the midst. So that right there tells us that we should, like-minded Christians, like-minded folks, should be organizing, coming together. You know, I mean, when you look at capitalism, it's literally words or letters put together in a way that are saying we're love money. I mean, it's very clever how they've disguised it, but you got to just see what runs all of these things. Like, we're all working to make more money. That's, in a sense, us paying more attention to something that's driven by just making more money. You know, and slowly but surely they've taken away a lot of the smaller businesses. So it's a lot of these corporations that are around and have a lot of power. A lot of these corporations, you know, they have things like sweatshops. They pay their employees shit while making them break their backs and their knees to work fucking really long hours with shit pay, shit time off. I mean, they don't treat people well. Doesn't even feel good to be a part of anymore. And it's like we just go along with it because we feel like there's no alternative. And that's the mistake, in my opinion. That's where the lesson comes in to play. And also just, well, it's a lesson, is that we're allowing this by enabling it. You know, and it comes back to us wanting to be a part of these worldly ways. I mean, these cities are all about worldly ways, man. It's all about going to the bars, buying stuff, getting more money, having a reputation, trying new drinks out, trying new foods out. These are all worldly things. You know, and a lot of the churches, unfortunately, in my opinion, have either been corrupted or are under the impression that they just need to sit and wait, you know, while they see evil take place right in front of their eyes. And that's, you know, we're supposed to expose evil, you know, and you got to look at evil and what it really is, and know that it is a liar. It's going to lie to you. It's going to tell you that it's good, that it's going to be here for your benefit, that this is the way to do things, when it's not true at all, you know. And if you look at Genesis 9:3, it talks about, even as the green herb have I given you all things. So, I mean, this is the stuff that's from God. Plants, Mother Nature, all of that is organic.